is the Texas takeover. Texas takeover. Texas takeover. This game over. It is the Texas takeover. Texas takeover. Texas takeover.
H-Town to Fort Worth, baby, it's going down.
Nitro RC Nerds bringing another whack-ass video.
Texas All-Star Edition, you feel me? That funk, that murder work, know how we do it, man. 281.
Alright. Put it in there. That's turning over. You can
What?
hear
How come yesterday just and
got
then
the
I'm
magic
popping?
touch.
Something like that.
Tomorrow we're cooking. Well, shit, we're smoking. Ribs, sausage, chicken, pork butt.
I don't know about this pulled pork and all that bullshit up in us Carolinas. I don't care if they invented it. Shit, down here in Texas, we call it pork.
And I also hope that many of you are enjoying kind of the new genre of videos we're doing. What do they call it? The ones that suck. And I'm here to tell you now, they're only gonna get worse. I'm adding new characters. Hell, I might even do a puppet show. So that's how that is. In this video, unfortunately, what I'm gonna show you is an unboxing, a really whack-ass unboxing.
Over. It is the Texas takeover. Texas takeover. Texas takeover. This game over. It is the Texas takeover. Texas takeover. Texas takeover.
And now it's time for the item that I have the most of, which I can never find. Nitro Engine dust covers. So this is why I'm finally getting off my ass and filming the vehicles when they're fully optimized. Because normally I'm filming because I'm showing something how to solve a problem, work around something, or just showing as I'm fixing, I guess. And normally what happens is once it gets rocking, the camera goes down. That's just because that's secondary to me at that point. Wouldn't it be to you? Okay, what do you got? Your choices are film something, or focus on filming something, or enjoy the power in your hands. And that's where I blank out at that point. As an example, a lot of you might remember
The Wall.
this is something where I have put a lot of thought into it, while the actual filming has been an afterthought. At this point in time, though, I have to consider the logistics of filming. What's ironic here is the more thought I put into this, the more complex I realize it is. I don't want to mess this up. I would be embarrassed. Enough what I've learned during the 2.5 years, probably 12, 15 gallons of rebuild. What I've learned is not so much how parts fit together and things like that.
I'm sure each of you have seen someone who's taken as long with their rebuild, except they didn't drive it during that time.
2 years ago, I would have said the goal is to traverse through multiple items, on pavement or something to that effect. But now, when I approach this, it's all about intent. And intent here is
To take advantage of its available traction.
a few of you might even remember a video I did last week, I believe, about how everything just kind of links together. Think about it here while jumping the Savage over this wall is more of a extreme bashing type activity. The most important thing I needed to do is
Go fast and move quickly.
all right, let's do a quick unboxing here. It's going to be a different unboxing. Different in that the items that I purchased are of the type that can be resourced out to different vehicles. Let me give you an example here. What happens is when I find a good deal on something, I buy it, whether I need it or not. This is especially true for maintenance items because I know eventually I will need it. Furthermore, there are certain items that while they're branded and maybe marketed and sold for a specific vehicle, you'll find that they're agnostic when it comes to vehicles. So as an example, turnbuckles. Right? A turnbuckle is a turnbuckle is a turnbuckle. There's different, materials and things such as that, but as long as it meets the requirements as far as the distance is concerned, and you're within certain parameters, these can be used on any vehicle. Now, these right here actually are for the Tamiya 801 XT, and that's what I'm going to use them on. But again, I got a good deal on those. So then we think about rod ends and pivot balls. So I went ahead and got these. Now these right here are damn quality. They're Mugen. In fact, they're Mugen Eco. I have a Mugen. They have the exact same turnbuckles, rods, and pivot balls. So what I'm going to do is just mix and match and maybe use these on here and et cetera, et cetera. I got such a good deal on those. I got 2 of them. And where normally these would be probably 15, 20 bucks. I don't want to tell you what I got them for, but let's say it was like $1. All right, moving on. Just to call it's, again, for everything. Now this is something that cannot be used for multiple vehicles. It has to be used on one vehicle, and that is for my beloved Losi 810. And the reason for that is, if you look, it's probably very difficult to see. Maybe I can come up with some here. Bear with me. If you look here, what happens is that front drive shaft is going at this sort of an angle. So that's a pretty, that's pretty extreme angle right there, okay? And so obviously they're a little bit more apt to wear. Now, I've had the Techno ones with the snap ring around it and all of that. Crap, in my opinion. I've had more trouble with those than I have stock. And again, do I need one of these? Not right now, but when I can see them for like $2 and they're only 20, 30 bucks, I'm gonna get one because eventually I will need it. All right, moving on. Just a diff cup. This is for the Hyper 7, but I promise you, if I wanted to, I could use this on other vehicles. And really, I get these because of that seal on there. Okay, these are steering collars right here for the Hyper 7. I'm going to use it for the Hyper 7, but once again, these step screws and the bushings and all that, any sort of a C-hub suspension, with the Ackerman and the step screws, they can be used on. Same with these right here. I just collect these. I've got a whole bunch of them, but they're Hobeo Hyper 7, but I can use them on whatever vehicles have that threading. Make sense? All right. Next, this is very specific to the Hyper 7, and I have a bunch of these, but again, I did not pay that. I think I paid like 99 cents. It's another Hobeo part, and that are, these are the shock shafts. Let me explain something about the Hyper 7 shocks. I've rocked the TQ Sport stock, I think they're 14 millimeter. I've rocked 16 millimeter shocks, as in that would be Mugen. But at the end of the day, and I'm gonna tell you guys, to a man, I've tried them all, and it's surprising to me, but how we do it. We call it like we see it, and that would be, you already know, the stock 12 millimeters. When I say stock, I mean stock from Hyper 7 day one. Now, when I say I feel my decision is sound, here's what I've ascertained, and here's how I came to this decision, is with the stock, I mean, I put obviously a whole bunch of gallons in, 10 maybe. They're okay, they just require a lot of maintenance. Then upgraded. I tried Mugen, tried Losi, Mugen, standard big bore 16 millimeter shocks, and they worked, and they worked well. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But then I decided, let's try these 12 millimeters. My 810 runs 12 millimeters, and I have no problems with them whatsoever. And when I built these, because I got this Hyper 7, I got the Pro Kit, and I built these, and I was like really impressed with the quality. I tried them out, and I can't tell a difference between these and these. And I feel I've done my due diligence. So with that, if I can't tell a difference between these two, then here's the sort of difference. Here's the tiebreaker. How about that? Let me explain the tiebreaker. I apologize. It took me a while to find this. My son is trying to make weight for a fight, so he's weighing his food like a woman. But anyways, yeah, the tiebreaker is going to be this right here. I'm going to go with these. Additionally, you can see, to continue on, I got a set of Losi 2.0 4.1 firm rate shock springs, staying true to kind of, I guess, the motif of this unboxing. This is yet another part that's agnostic of its make. Let me show you what I mean. Well, these are definitely an item that I will use on the Losi 2.0. Let's not count out other vehicles and whatnot. So again, it's just a matter of trying everything out. I'm running Kyosho in the rear here. In fact, if you look up here, you can see on the Beast there, our Savage, I'm running that. And the reason is because when I throw it down with all these stoppies and all this other shit with the stock setup, and a servo that is less powerful and slower than the stock Savage one, now what? And then finally, this is for the Losi SCTE, and it's an extreme racing carbon fiber center differential top kit. Now, I believe I can take this, which is for the Losi SCTE. You see, if I have to, I can make it work. The decision I'll need to make, however, and that being, how many hoops do I want to jump through to save 3 grams? Because I would have to do some modifications, and you just have to kind of make a smart decision. Now, this can fit on the Mugen, in fact.
Big block, temp gun, aluminum cartage, ERCM, infinite weight diff well, medium warm for race day, 30-degree angle taper when the pollen count is over 200, 31.5-degree taper when the heat index is rising exponentially faster than the aromatic pressure, compression, engine sealant.
Now, as the next video is concerned, I'm going to show you how I solve some of the issues I have. As an example, shimming a clutch belt. I'm going to show you some advanced techniques for doing this, because this is for my Savage. Look at that. Oh no, we're not going to have that. You'll see. Anyway, let's just call it advanced clutch belt shimming techniques. And this is important because, you see, check this out. I'll do it right in front of them all. I'll say it in front of all of them. Hey guys, everyone out there who has a Savage, and you're one of these flatline bashers,
In other words, you bitches.
and you just can't seem to get your vehicles to,
Rock and roll.
I know why it is, it's your clutch. What? Do you have something to say? We're going to talk pivot balls. That's another overlooked area.
You're talking the real shit. Believe me, I don't keep them on deck like this just for looks.
And finally, I'm going to walk you through how I disassemble an engine, change the bearings, and reassemble it the safe and proper way.